I am being a complete Debbie Downer today. So, this is going to be great. I know that I want to make the most of every day, and I have not been this last week. Neither have I today. It's already 1 p.m, and I have a little cafe date with a friend at 2 p.m. So, I'm basically already late for that, and honestly, I don't even want to go that much. I'm just like, well, that'll just waste another 2 hours, and then maybe if I finally get some motivation, then I'll get myself to do some stuff and go to the library or stay in the cafe and get work done for 3 hours until it closes. And I feel like I'm not allowed to moan about this because I chose to live in this city I chose to live in this country where nothing really stays open in the evenings, and that I hate my house, I hate my housemates, I just don't manage to get work here, which is all my problem. However, I ran into a wall a few days ago. Wait, we know my phone loves to fall off the window. I ran into a wall a few days ago in my brain of what am I working for? Not what the goal is. What am I working for? Because they're very different things now. And that I know the goal. There's a vision board right there. I know exactly what the goal is. I know exactly what I want to be doing. However, the space between where I am and where that thing is, all of this uncharted territory, my amount of work is going to get me from here to here. What am I saving money for at the moment? What am I saving for? To be able to buy the insanely expensive groceries at this point, or what I managed to save enough to be able to go travel, and then I come back and I have no savings, so I save again, then I go travel. Great, I can keep doing that. I will keep doing that. But if I now put if I add half of my salary to that housing fund for the next 50 years, I will still never have enough for a deposit for a house. So what is the point? Should I just waste the money now and use it now? Then I took myself on a little business course, and I wanted to get some funds and stocks and stuff like this and all this other shit that I still don't fully understand. And there was the basics of me literally learning, okay, how do you start by making investments with your €150? And then there was how to scale up a business, how to sell businesses, how to own them, how to scale up big companies. Very entrepreneurial, very up my street, very interesting. And I was there feeling really sad, being like, you know what, I think this is something I could be good at. This is something I would like to do. However, I don't want to change career, and I'm currently in a line of work where there's no money, and this is maybe going to sound very harsh. I feel like everyone's just content to be poor and invisible in the world. In my line of work, this is not fending well for me. I don't want it to be like that. However, I don't want to go into some corporate job or into some AI, electronic something, all the companies that are on the way up at the moment. I don't want to do that. I want to stay in the performing arts world. The same question of companies I work with, huge ass gap, where to bridge that gap you need funding. You just need all the contacts in the world who are willing to look at you. You need to be really fucking young, and you need to have grown up as an Olympic gymnast. I didn't have all these things, so all the companies here that I want to work with, it's the same as the house. So I think this is why I'm struggling. It sounds really drastic to be like, I'm struggling to make the most of every day, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my time, and that's why I ended up making paper. Let's put my phone back on the window. I ended up making paper, which was the absolute biggest waste of time ever. I already have paper. I don't need more paper. The amount of stupid projects I do because I don't know what to do with my time. I'm not getting up in the morning at all. This last week I got up at 11. I didn't even snooze my alarm. I didn't even have the energy to get out of bed to snooze it. I just left it playing its horrific song for 2 hours and slept through it. I didn't care. And now I was literally just sitting on my bed and I was like, I don't want to get up. What is the point? What is the point of me doing this work? Because it's never going to amount to anything. I realised that I started making this thing of I'm going to make a video every day, so that I make the most of every day and hopefully things get better. And now I'm here just bitching and moaning. But I'm really fucking angry. I'm angry at things that are completely my own fault. I'm angry at things that are completely chance. And I'm angry at the world that is just like, what can I do? Because it's not how I grew up in the way of, if you put effort in, you get something out. No, I put so much effort in. And I'm getting fuck all out. And I know that you have to believe it until things work, but I'm like, I've been asking for help for a very long time now at this point, and there is nothing coming my way, which sounds like I shouldn't be allowed to say that, but that's the current reality of my life. And it's scaring me more and more, and it makes me want to curl up and cry and not do anything, which I know is not, I shouldn't do that as much as I just all I want to do today. I don't even want to go see this friend because she doesn't seem to care that she's going to be in this system for the next 10 years of her life. She doesn't seem to care. She's really happy. I'm like, fuck, why can't I just not care? But I did tell myself I'm going to try and make the most of every day. I have no idea how to do that. I want to lean my arms down, but then I'm way too low. I'll just keep leaning here. I do want to make the most of every day still. I have not a clue how, because at least I've troubleshooted the problem now, which is this space, in that I can only do so much here. There's loads of all stupid projects here that just fill time, and then there's the stuff I want. And this gap, it almost feels like it's just like, well, how am I ever supposed to cross this gap without just accidentally winning the lottery? I don't manage to find the loopholes, and I'm done hitting my head against the wall on my own. I'm so done. So I'm going to go see this friend so that at least I can check off my list not being entirely lonely today. And then I'm going to go to a cafe. And I'm going to edit this video, keep uploading for nothing, do my emails, don't know, talk to the dentist and be like, I now need to give you about $1,000 because apparently England didn't support me enough to be able to fix my teeth. They said that I was fine and sent me out into the world, and actually that's not the case. I feel very failed by the world right now, and I really don't want to just moan. Oh my god, I've already moaned for 7 minutes. And this morning I had this thought, like 2 hours ago at 11, I had this thought of, I wish that days were 3 days long, because I seem to get some motivation, and it's almost like I can't be asked to bother any more days, because I'm like, well, this day's a write-off, and by tomorrow morning I'm going to be in a shit mood again, so what's the point in getting all the motivation, all my willpower together for 3 hours of doing research and trying to get somewhere to find out that there's nothing out there. Genuinely, if anyone happens to watch this and has any advice how to bridge this gap and how to not curl up and cry the whole time and see the point in this world, and don't tell me to look at the leaves and know that they're beautiful. I know they're beautiful. I can appreciate them. At the end of the day, I'm not going to get through my life only by appreciating leaves. It's not enough for me. As much as all of my being is screaming in the opposite direction, I am going to attempt to salvage the rest of this day and get stuff done, because then I do feel motivated by it. However, I just don't seem to care that I feel motivated by it, because I'm like, I have to go to bed, I have to do the whole morning thing again tomorrow, and all the motivation will be gone. That's why I wish that days are 3 days long, so that you can just keep it going. That it's worth something. Oh my god, I can't do anything right. I just want my phone to stay attached to something. I just want things to be worth something. I would like to be worth something one day. I would like my hard work to be worth something someday. I would like my money to be worth something someday, in the form of a house and a nice friend and a partner and a company and a cool show and something that I created and that people see that it's valuable. It's not too much to ask for. Is that, am I asking for literally the world? And I'm working hard for it and not getting anywhere. I'm just getting thrown back on the floor. I feel like I'm supposed to end with something positive after all of this. Wow, I look like shit. This is literally it. This is why I don't get anything done. I get to this point and I'm like, there's no point. So I'm just going to have to keep doing things, whatever I'm doing anyway, and pretend that I hope that it's going to get better. So I'm going to go do that. Bye. I saw some sun, I saw a human, well, before the sun went away and the human went away, and I do feel better.